Hey there, brave souls. Welcome back to Universe Untangled. If you're into spine-tingling tales and paranormal mysteries, you're in for a treat. Tonight, we're diving deep into 13 of the scariest legends from around the world. These stories have been passed down through generations, each one more terrifying than the last. So grab a blanket, turn off the lights, and let's explore these hidden paranormal mysteries together. Are you ready? Let's begin. Our first story takes us to Latin America, where we encounter La Llorona. Also known as the Weeping Woman, this tragic figure is said to be the ghost of a woman who drowned her children in a fit of madness or despair, and now eternally roams the earth searching for them. Her wails are said to be heard near rivers and lakes, often late at night. If you hear her cries, legend says you're in grave danger. People who have reportedly seen her describe a woman dressed in white, her face hidden by her long, dark hair, wandering the banks of rivers. Witnesses claim that if you see her, she might mistake you for one of her lost children and drag you to the water's depths. In many parts of Mexico and the southwestern United States, children are warned to stay away from rivers at night. Some believe La Llorona's spirit is trapped, endlessly searching for redemption or forgiveness for her crime. Others say she's a vengeful spirit who brings misfortune to those who cross her path. This legend has been around for centuries, and to this day, new sightings and encounters are reported. So, the next time you're near a river and hear the faint sound of a woman crying, you might want to think twice before investigating. You never know, it could be La Llorona searching for her next victim. Next, we travel to Adams, Tennessee, to uncover the chilling story of the Bell Witch. In the early 1800s, the Bell family began experiencing a series of inexplicable events at their farmhouse. Strange sounds, such as knocking on walls, chains being dragged across the floor, and eerie whispers filled their home. Over time, the disturbances escalated into violent physical attacks on family members, particularly John Bell and his daughter Betsy. The entity claimed to be the spirit of Kate Batts, a woman who had a dispute with John Bell over a piece of land. She was said to haunt the family until John Bell's death, which she reportedly foretold. According to local lore, she poisoned him herself, making this one of the few paranormal stories where a spirit is believed to have caused a human death. To this day, visitors to the Bell property and the nearby Bell Witch Cave report eerie sensations, unexplained sounds, and sightings of shadowy figures. The legend of the Bell Witch has become so infamous that it was even the inspiration for the popular horror film, The Blair Witch Project. So, is the Bell Witch just a spooky story passed down through generations? Or could there be some truth to this terrifying tale? Maybe a visit to Adams, Tennessee will help you decide, if you dare. Our next stop is India, home to one of the world's most haunted places, Bangor Fort. This abandoned fortress, located in the Rajasthan state, is steeped in mystery and legend. It is said that a powerful sorcerer cursed the village after his love for a local princess was rejected. He vowed that no soul would ever find peace within its walls, and soon after, a war wiped out the entire population. Even today, locals believe that the spirits of those who perished in Bangor are trapped within the ruins, unable to leave due to the sorcerer's curse. The government of India has even posted signs prohibiting entry into Bangor after sunset, citing safety concerns, but some say it's to prevent people from encountering the restless spirits that roam the area at night. Visitors have reported hearing strange sounds, feeling cold breezes in the hot desert air, and seeing shadowy figures moving in the distance. Some claim they felt as if they were being watched by unseen eyes. Despite these chilling stories, the allure of Bangor's haunted history continues to draw countless tourists and paranormal enthusiasts every year. If you ever find yourself in Rajasthan, would you be brave enough to explore Bangor's ruins after dark? Just remember the spirits there might not welcome uninvited guests. Our fourth legend takes us to an unsettling urban myth that has spread across the globe: the black-eyed children. Described as children aged 6 to 16, with pale skin and pitch-black eyes, these mysterious figures are said to appear at night, knocking on doors or tapping on car windows, asking to be let in. Their strange behavior and hypnotic eyes make them difficult to refuse, but those who do say they feel an overwhelming sense of dread. Encounters with black-eyed children often start with a knock on the door late at night. When the door is opened, the children ask in monotone voices if they can come in to use the phone or the bathroom. While they seem harmless, those who have interacted with them report sudden feelings of intense fear, confusion, and even sickness. Some believe these children are supernatural entities, possibly demons, aliens, or spirits seeking entry into your home or car to cause harm or feed off your fear. Stories of encounters with black-eyed children have grown more frequent since the 1990s, and even seasoned paranormal investigators have been left shaken by their experiences. So, what would you do if you heard a knock on your door late at night and found a group of black-eyed children waiting? Would you let them in, or would you keep that door firmly shut? Our fifth legend takes us to Japan, where the terrifying tale of Kuchisei-kana, or the slit-mouthed woman, has haunted children and adults alike for decades. According to the legend, Kuchisei-kana was a beautiful woman who was disfigured by her jealous husband, who slashed her mouth from ear to ear. Now, she wanders the streets, especially during foggy nights, wearing a surgical mask to hide her gruesome wound. She is said to approach unsuspecting victims and ask, "Am I pretty?" If the person answers yes, she removes her mask, revealing her mutilated face, and asks again, even like this, if the victim shows any sign of fear or says no, she will attack them with a pair of scissors. But if they say yes, she may still follow them home and kill them. Some believe there are ways to escape her. You can distract her by saying she is average looking or by throwing candies, which are said to be her favorite. The legend of Kuchisei-kana has been passed down through generations and even sparked a wave of panic across Japan in the late 1970s, with schools advising children not to travel alone. Whether Kuchisei-kana is real or just a terrifying tale, one thing is certain: next time you're in Japan and a woman in a mask approaches you, you might think twice before answering her questions. Our next legend comes from the cold, dense forests of North America: the Wendigo, a fearsome creature rooted in the folklore of Native American tribes, particularly the Algonquin. The Wendigo is described as a malevolent spirit that possesses humans, turning them into cannibalistic monsters. It is said to be driven by an insatiable hunger, stalking those who are lost or alone in the wilderness. The Wendigo is often depicted as a skeletal figure with decaying skin, glowing eyes, and an aura of death. Some versions of the legend describe it with antlers or the head of a stag, emphasizing its connection to the wild. According to the lore, anyone who resorts to cannibalism in the harsh winters may become a Wendigo themselves, forever cursed to wander and feed on human flesh. Many claims to have encountered the Wendigo over the years. These sightings often involve strange footprints in the snow, eerie howls at night, or the feeling of being watched by something unseen. The legend of the Wendigo has also inspired numerous horror stories, books, and films, making it one of the most enduring and chilling creatures of the North. So, if you ever find yourself in a dense, snow-covered forest and hear a distant howl, remember the Wendigo could be closer than you think. Our seventh legend is an American classic, The Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow. Made famous by Washington Irving's short story, this spectral figure is said to be the ghost of a Hessian soldier who lost his head to a cannonball during the Revolutionary War. the horseman rides through the dark woods of Sleepy Hollow, searching for his lost head and terrorizing anyone who crosses his path. Locals have long claimed that the headless horseman appears on misty autumn nights, especially near the old bridge, where his spirit is believed to linger. Some say that he cannot cross running water, while others insist he is bound to the land until he finds his missing head. The tale of the headless horseman has been adapted countless times, from literature and film to television shows, cementing its place in American folklore. But what many don't know is that Irving's story was inspired by older European legends of headless riders, bringing an ancient ghost story into a new world. So, if you find yourself driving through Sleepy Hollow on a foggy night, keep an eye on the road ahead, and maybe behind you as well. Our ninth legend takes us to Latin America with the chilling tale of the chupacabra, or goat sucker, first reported in Puerto Rico in the 1990s. This creature is said to attack livestock, particularly goats, and drain their blood. Described as a reptilian creature with spines down its back, glowing red eyes, and sharp fangs, the chupacabra has sparked terror and curiosity across the Americas. Farmers have reported finding their animals dead with strange puncture wounds and no blood left in their bodies. Sightings of the chupacabra have since spread to Mexico, Chile, and even the United States, with descriptions ranging from a dog-like creature to a bipedal monster. While some believe the chupacabra is an alien experiment or a mutant creature, others think it could be a mangy dog or coyote. Despite scientific skepticism, the legend of the chupacabra continues to thrive, with new sightings reported every year. So what do you think? Is the chupacabra real, or is it just a modern-day myth fueled by fear and the unknown? Either way, keep an eye on your livestock, just in case. Our next stop is the Pine Barrens of New Jersey, home to one of America's most enduring legends, the Jersey Devil. According to the tale, the creature was born in 1735 to a woman known as Mother Leeds, who cursed her 13th child in a moment of despair, saying, "Let it be the devil." When the baby was born, it transformed into a grotesque creature with wings, hooves, and a terrifying scream before flying up the chimney and disappearing into the woods. For nearly 3 centuries, sightings of the Jersey Devil have been reported throughout the Pine Barrens. Witnesses describe a creature with a horse-like face, bat-like wings, and a blood-curdling scream that echoes through the night. In the early 1900s, a wave of sightings led to a week-long panic, with schools closing and people refusing to leave their homes after dark. To this day, locals claim to hear its unearthly cry or see its shadow darting between the trees. While some believe the Jersey Devil is nothing more than a folk legend, others swear it is real, and it still haunts the Pine Barrens, ready to appear when least expected. So, if you find yourself driving through New Jersey's dense forests late at night, keep an eye out for strange shadows in the trees. And maybe listen for the sound of wings flapping overhead. From New Jersey, we travel to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, to explore the legend of the Mothman, a mysterious creature first reported in 1966. Described as a humanoid figure with glowing red eyes and massive wings, the Mothman is said to have been sighted near the Silver Bridge before it collapsed in 1967, leading to the deaths of 46 people. Since then, the Mothman has been considered an omen of disaster. Witnesses describe feeling an overwhelming sense of fear when they encounter the Mothman. Some believe it's a harbinger of doom, appearing just before tragic events. Others think it might be an extraterrestrial being or a creature from another dimension, drawn to places where the fabric of reality is thin. Over the years, the Mothman has become a local legend, with its own annual festival and museum. Despite countless sightings and investigations, no definitive proof has been found to explain the Mothman, leaving its true nature a mystery to this day. So, is the Mothman a warning, a cryptid, Or something even more mysterious? Whatever the truth, it's a story that continues to captivate and terrify people around the world. Our next legend comes from the icy waters of the North Atlantic, the Kraken, a legendary sea monster said to dwell off the coast of Norway and Greenland. Described as a colossal squid or octopus, the Kraken is said to be capable of dragging entire ships and their crews down to a watery grave with its massive tentacles. Sailors have reported encounters with the Kraken for centuries, often mistaking its tentacles for small islands or sudden whirlpools caused by the beast's movement. Stories of the Kraken tearing apart ships, devouring sailors, and causing unexplained disappearances have fueled fears of the deep ocean for generations. While many dismiss the Kraken as a myth, modern discoveries of giant squids measuring up to 40 feet long have reignited interest in the legend. Could these elusive creatures be the origin of the Kraken myth? Or is there something even more monstrous lurking in the depths? Whether fact or fiction, the Kraken reminds us that the oceans are vast, unexplored, and filled with mysteries. So next time you find yourself at sea, remember there are things beneath the surface that we have yet to discover. Our 13th legend takes us to Ireland, where the banshee is believed to be a harbinger of death. According to Irish folklore, the banshee is a spirit who appears as a woman with long, flowing hair, often wearing a gray or white dress. Her mournful wail is said to foretell the death of a loved one, heard echoing across the countryside, especially on dark, misty nights. The banshee is said to appear in various forms: a beautiful young maiden, a matronly woman, or an old hag, depending on the family she is connected to. Those who hear her cry are believed to be marked for death, and the sound itself is described as so haunting it chills the soul. While some say the banshee is simply a myth born from old superstitions, others believe she is the spirit of a woman who died in sorrow or trauma, eternally mourning the lost. Whether a symbol of death or a spirit seeking peace, the banshee remains a powerful figure in Irish folklore. So if you ever hear a wail in the wind on a foggy Irish night, take heed, it might just be the banshee, and someone you know could be marked by her sorrowful song. And that brings us to the end of our journey through 13 of the scariest legends from around the world. From haunted spirits to terrifying creatures, these tales remind us that the world is full of mysteries that defy explanation. Did any of these stories send chills down your spine? Or have you heard of other legends we didn't cover? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this dive into the paranormal, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more eerie explorations. Until next time, stay curious, and be careful where your curiosity leads you.